Welcome to another episode of the Art and About UG podcast, where we dive into a city's vibrant art scene. I'm your host, Stella, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-host, Maria.
In this episode, we turn our spotlight onto one of Uganda's animation industry pioneers, the man that brought us Katoto.
That's right, Maria. Our guest this week is none other than Richard Musinguzi. Richard has conjured a local hero from the depths of his imagination and onto the local Ugandan screens.
He has inspired a whole generation of artists, young and old, and art lovers alike. So we're thrilled to bring you along with us on this visit to the Katoto Studios. Let's art and about.
Saula.
Thank you so much for having us, Richard, here at the Katoto Studios. This is
Welcome
we're
to
not
the
guests
Katoto
here.
Studios.
We're not guests here.
We have been here before, and you know, I feel like we're home. This is a home for us. Not
Yeah.
so?
This is your home, this is your workshop.
Okay, so Richard, let's talk about Katoto, right?
Yeah.
So your name has become synonymous with Katoto. It's become a cultural icon. When you first started out, did you think that it would lead you here? Did you think you would grow until what you become today? What Katoto has become today?
When I first started out, I didn't think so. I didn't think it would grow as it has become today.
Yeah.
I thought it would just stay something I make for my villagers
side.
in Kabale.
Your villagers in Kawale. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now even people in France
Know about it.
know about Katoto.
So what was like the thinking as you began it? Like what drove you to start creating Katoto? Like you were looking for money, trying to pay rent.
Was it a hobby? Was
Yeah.
it just...
I just wanted to
Creation.
die a legend, I think.
Are you serious?
Anyway, seriously. I had made, by the time I graduated from campus in 2015, I had made already like over 15 TV commercials.
Okay.
Wow.
Animated?
But, yeah, animated commercials.
Okay.
But normally they were westernized or Americanized. I was trying to copy American styles.
Okay.
So I realized they would just come and go. People would say, wow, you're such a good animator, but they would not connect with the characters.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something. I was looking for a way in which I could connect with audiences. People like my mom,
Yeah.
people like my uncles in Kabale.
Yeah.
I wanted something that they can understand and relate.
Okay.
So that's how Katoto was born. One day I was watching the movie Wall-E. You know the movie Wall-E?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. One
I
of my
came out to the
favorite.
cinema and
Yeah.
quickly sketched out a character, and that was Katoto, and it has never changed.
Nice. So how much of you is in Katoto?
None.
None. So it's just a completely fictional character. Completely fictional character with
I
no...
find it very hard to believe that's cap.
Yeah. Like when people come to me and say, "Hi, you're the Katoto creator," they all get surprised because there's nothing.
I feel like your personality is a little bit.
A little
Like
bit.
the more somebody hangs out with you, you can get a
The
sense.
more they see Katoto?
Yeah, the more that you can get a sense of, yeah, this is the kind of person who might create a
Who might
character
create
like
Katoto.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, in society we grow and we are tamed and we are put into a moral setting, right?
Yeah, conditioning. Yeah.
Yeah, so Katoto represents what happens to your personality if you're not conditioned, if you're just free.
Yeah.
So that's why his smile is huge.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm conditioned and I was raised by a disciplinarian type of dad.
Yeah.
My mom is very strict also.
Yeah.
But Katoto is that kind of character who reminds us of what we are like if we are let free from the start. And if you want to get angry, you can get angry. If you want to run, you run.
It's like a child, the youthful kind of spirit.
So is it
You're
your
like-
way
you're-
of sort of like
you're the one.
liberating yourself? Is Katoto a way of letting yourself...
Yeah, Katoto is
Be
like
free.
like
And caging.
a confluence, you know, like
Yeah.
in a river,
Yeah.
like channeling
Yeah.
your uncles, your aunties, your mom, your memories,
Have they,
and putting it into some energy.
when they watch Katoto, do they call you and they say, listen, I see what you're doing, young man.
Are you mocking me?
Are you?
No, but you know, sometimes
Yeah.
it's funny because some of them think it's a real human being.
It is.
That's how much. Yeah, they don't
feels
think
like
of it
that.
as a cartoon,
A
and that's for me
character.
that when I know I'm successful. If people say, this cartoon, I feel like I'm not yet reached the level I want. I want
Yeah.
people to say Katoto.
Katoto.
Yeah, yeah. No,
A
in
human, a spirit, a human soul.
In fact, because it's so relatable, it could be your neighbor in the village, could be your neighbor,
you.
even in
When you
Kampala.
neighbor
it's-
even in Kampala, there
even in Kampala, like you know,
Katotos.
yeah, no, it's so relatable.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
you talked about discipline,
Yeah,
and you started out in architecture.
yeah.
Is there anything that you carried with you, any knowledge that you carried with you from the architecture discipline, which requires a lot of, you know, it's less free than what you're describing here, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
freedom, carefree.
It's more precise,
Yeah, it's more
more-
precise. More.
So it's exactly
Structured.
that
yeah.
that you can't miss out to create something truly free. To create something truly free, it means it's been so disciplined to move in a certain direction. So that's why Katoto, to animate it to that extent, it's like a lot of study and concentration.
Yeah.
So I get that, I think, from architecture school. So architecture school, when I went there, I was an artist.
Yeah.
A painter, an artist. I had read a lot about Van Gogh.
Yeah.
But that's now the artistic side. Yeah, when I entered architecture school,
Yeah.
that's how I learned the idea of philosophy, the idea of beauty and function.
Yeah.
How do you keep all of them together? So even Katoto, there's a reason why there's not yet a cartoon that is as free as Katoto. It's because of the mastery over the continuous effort to make
refine.
to animate it in such a way that it's exactly how it should be. So that requires study,
Are you
drawing.
using a lot of words to say perfectionism?
Yeah, it's like a search for perfection.
No, but also, I mean,
A search for
perfection,
it.
but also unlearning, right? Because you come from architecture that's so structured and everything
Has to be
everything has to be neat, has to be, and then you come to Katoto, who's like,
you guys
carefree.
ask nice questions.
Okay, so I hope we got that because you can see Katoto himself coming out actually. So
Yes, incredible stuff.
yeah. So from architecture to Katoto to wherever you've been for the past how many?
Where have you been?
Where
Where's
have you
Katoto
been,
been?
basically?
We miss him.
Because we miss Katoto.
He has been in
There's a
Italy.
gap.
And I'm joking. I last produced a Katoto cartoon just before I went to France. I went to France 3 years ago when I
Okay.
got an opportunity from Netflix,
Okay.
who sponsored me to go and study animation and to get apprenticeship
Okay.
from Netflix.
Okay.
So when I went there, it was a complete turnaround. So I couldn't concentrate on Katoto anymore. But you
It was
see,
like from scratch.
by that time I was already. How do I say this in the simplest way?
Just say it.
Let's say
Okay, when you draw a lot, I'm sure as an artist you might know.
Yeah.
You get into a certain habit.
Rhythm.
Yes, a rhythm or a habit,
Yeah.
and sometimes not all habits are good.
Okay. True.
So I kind of stopped suddenly drawing in the Katoto style because I had overdrawn Katoto. I needed something to first make me stop such that I can find a new breakthrough.
Okay. Makes sense.
So now going to France
Yeah.
was that breakthrough. So when I went to France, I was certainly drawing a totally different style. I did a music video for some rock band.
Yeah,
I went and did
it's online
so
somewhere.
many things. Worked with people from different cultures. I met all my heroes like Glen Keane.
Yeah.
Glen Keane, the animator of Aladdin and Tarzan,
Wow.
and Rapunzel. Yeah, I'm a hard guy. You guys,
Rapunzel.
I'm a hard guy. Anyway, but
It is.
but I met all my heroes.
Yeah.
There's no hero that
You wanted to meet that you
I
didn't
did not.
meet.
I even met Gendy Tarkovsky
Maria, keep going.
of Dexter's Lab.
Yes.
So my return was based on being satisfied,
Yeah.
like having now the
Knowledge, the info.
and something new.
So you were eager to, like, get your feet dirty, get your hands dirty.
Yeah, I was eager to flip my head on my head, to flip myself upside down,
Yeah.
so that I can walk on my head.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, I'm working on a cartoon. Hopefully, it will be done in 2 weeks, man. If I can have less distractions.
Okay.
Define distractions.
Define this. Yeah.
You guys want to trap me? I won't define it. So,
Okay. So what about Katoto? What's in the
What's brewing?
pipeline?
yeah, there's a cartoon where he's in fellowship. Have you guys ever attended fellowship?
Like prayers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I won't draw. But
Feel free.
but let's say he looks like he's here,
Yeah.
and he's praying.
Wow.
I know, right?
He believes in God.
Yeah.
He's religious.
So he has a secret he's keeping and no one knows it. And in fact, he's so excited that even his legs are shaking.
Yeah. Katoto, come on. What is it? Is it gold?
It's a secret, you know. He likes
Is it
gossiping.
sitting on it? Oh.
So he's seated with another guy whom I haven't yet named,
Okay.
Oh,
and he's humble. This guy for him is like a brother, you know.
Yeah.
like a
And-
brother
and-
priest.
Yeah, and he's giving his testimony. You know, they put on this thing,
The collar.
and yeah, and he when he's talking, he's always, you know, the way even he sits, like he's so
Stiff.
Steve.
Like,
So stiff and judgy.
Yeah, too stiff and judgy, exactly.
Yeah.
But he's giving his testimony,
Yeah.
and then there's another guy for him. He's so proud, you know. But he's like this pastor's here,
Oh.
and
Okay.
he knows his stuff. He knows what he's saying.
He has his ticket to heaven.
Yeah, he has his ticket to heaven, and he puts on a bow tie,
Wow, fancy.
and he's holding the Bible, maybe,
Yeah.
and he knows all the chapters of the Bible.
Wow. Jeez, the pressure.
Yeah, and perhaps he's a grand style kind of guy. He's talking, and,
Yeah.
And he's also seated.
Yeah. Wow.
so
I will not reveal the storyline of this
really,
one,
you've given us too much. I feel like
but you can already tell where that's
It's
going.
right there,
It won't
yeah.
end well.
Wow.
Obviously.
For who?
for
For Ka,
K, for Mr. K.
to.
So
Katoto.
this is like a revamp of a
It's not a
revamp,
revamp. It's just a
continuation.
Or a comeback.
continuation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is
Katoto
something
goes
that,
to church.
yeah, that is something that we have to look forward to.
Wow,
and I am happy
incredible.
that-
Incredible.
I mean, this is an incredible process. I actually noticed that as you draw, you embody, you sort of like channel
The
thing,
character.
the person that you're drawing. With
Yeah.
Katoto, it comes naturally. You didn't have to do anything. But with these other characters, you were sort of filling out the character by like acting it out. So I don't know if
Really?
you're conscious of that or
I don't believe you. I'll see the footage first.
you will. You really.
You really, they come alive. They come
but-
alive.
yeah.
I'm following the story through your storytelling. So, but I mean, I suppose it's part of the package, right?
Yeah.
You tell you're a storyteller.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller, but that's a word that. For I didn't grow up telling stories. When I tell stories,
That's
I'm
what I
not
was going to
sure.
ask.
Like, what am I?
Did you
What am
when you
I?
were young, did you love to tell stories or listen to stories or I don't know, gossip?
I think I didn't exactly, even up to now. I'm not I don't particularly see myself as a storyteller. In fact, I don't even think about when someone says I'm a storyteller. I feel like I totally don't relate. What am I though? But I think I am. When I was young, maybe the difference is when I was young, I like looking at people's reactions.
Or people watching?
Like if you're telling a story,
Yeah.
like I like the whole thing, the interaction, like you're telling her a story.
She's taking it in.
And then you
Yeah, and I like observing people, observing people listening.
But how does that come in? How does that tie in with Katoto? Because this time
That's a
you
good
are
question
the
to
one
be
that's
in,
telling
to
the
be
story.
honest.
Yeah.
I wanted to become a legend.
Okay.
that's
Are you? I mean, like you are a legend, but do you think you're a legend?
no. So
No.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to tell him he's a legend until like you know.
yeah, till I die. But the
But-
thing is,
Till I die,
I'm
don't
driven by the passion to master something,
Yeah.
to put something on earth that no one can put except myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm driven by that urge.
Yeah.
So is that like storytelling? Or
I mean, that is separate from the storytelling bit, but I feel like you definitely are a storyteller because most of the time we've asked you like very simple questions and you've given us really animated answers. So
I think maybe
you
maybe I am.
you are a storyteller.
It
at-
is
I am a
hard.
storyteller. Thank you guys for inspiring me.
Yeah, let's.
It's in there. It's in there somewhere. Okay, brilliant. This is
So this is
Really
like the art is like a conduit or like some medium through which your stories can come out?
Well, the art is like the way you see a pregnant woman.
Tell us
Giving
more.
birth.
Take us slowly.
Giving birth. No, giving birth.
Okay.
So it's like you. The art is more like that thing of replicating yourself, or like giving birth.
No, I understand the
I
replicating.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand the offloading though.
The
Like,
offloading,
you know,
but
Don't call it. I mean, when you call it
packaging, like more like the perfect form, which is alive. I think a baby is the best way to put it. So the art is like, I want, like, that's why I chose animation. I would have chosen many other mediums because I was a painter, I was an architect, I was a musician. I still am those things.
Yeah.
But with animation, it's the closest to that giving birth metaphor.
Yeah,
Because when you draw these characters,
Yeah.
not only are they pictures, but they move.
Yeah.
And when they move, some people believe them. Like, I receive calls from like all parts of Uganda, and people don't ask me about my art; they ask me about the characters.
Yeah.
Like, so is this Katoto?
Yeah. I think you've achieved something here. Like the characters come real. They come real. It's not just Katoto like an animation. No, it's a person. It's
You see, we're all going
one
to
of
die.
us.
What shall be
True.
left of us? The videos on TikTok.
yeah.
And
That's if TikTok survives.
How different will you be from Katoto? You know?
Yeah.
Like we shall all just be videos.
You know what I'm dying to know though? Just very quickly. I mean, when am I meeting Katoto? When am I becoming part of the Katoto story? Am I becoming part of the Katoto story? That could be an angle.
It's
Could
coming.
be an
it's
angle.
coming soon.
Could be an
But I do
angle.
have another question, and like hopefully you can give us a quick answer before we move on to the next part. What comes first for you, the characters or the story, or are they separate?
To be honest, the characters.
The
The
characters
characters.
come first.
I'm ashamed to say.
Is it? Why are you ashamed to say? Is that not usually the case? Is that not how it's taught?
Yeah, people say story is king. Haven't you heard that statement? Story is king.
Story is king.
Yeah.
No.
For me, character is king.
Yeah.
It's the characters, you know. Like, okay, we have stories, stories, but then after that, it's the character. Like, if you have a friend,
Yeah.
it's that continuous experience, but then it's the personality,
That's where
It makes
the
sense,
content comes
Yeah.
from.
yeah. For me, it's a character.
Like how you see Stella and then you come up with Mademoiselle.
Yeah.
And there's no story per se. I love you so much.
It's a story already.
Okay, the character for it is more information. It's like
Yeah.
there's more to unpack. So if I know the character,
Yeah.
I can make many stories. But if I know the stories, sometimes I might fall into a stereotype character, or like it's too specific to one person.
Yeah.
But with the character, now I have something I
Yeah.
can work with.
I
Yeah.
feel like I've talked to a few friends and they've described like a process whereby people want things to fit in boxes. So they'll tell you what is your which category does your protagonist fall under, like are they a hero, and like one of those character archetypes and things like that, which I feel like you are trying to circumvent altogether and like bypass and say like, okay, you know what, yeah, you have your ideas about what a person should be,
But this is my
yeah,
process.
this is my process.
I know you're spot on. But to be honest, when I went,
Especially with Netflix, by the way.
yeah, they always have formulas. And to be honest, when I went to France, I'm also a very technical person.
Yeah.
So I really started reading a lot when I went to France about. Why is my hand on top of my head? It's an interview. So
It's part of the character.
I really
Animation.
I read a lot of books about the art of the science of story. So I read John Truby, The Anatomy of Story.
Wow.
I also read his other book, the Anatomy of Genres. But I also started reading many other books. The Actor Prepares, Constantine. I even went as far as reading Aristotle's book,
Wow. Is there anything you haven't
The
read?
Poetics. No, I really read a lot.
Good.
But then, you're right. It leads you back into the stereotypes.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about
The character.
that uncle you know.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
is just
Something
strange.
familiar.
Yeah.
Something that you've experienced and that has impacted you. Channeling it into the characters.
Before we took the break, we were talking about the themes that Katoto explores.
Yeah.
Are you intentional with the themes? Are there some themes that are recurring throughout the whole animation?
I only focus on the overall deeper level theme.
Okay.
But before I go to the deeper theme, there's always themes of protect the countryside. You know, it's because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
If I draw it beautifully, it's the theme I don't have to be like saying a story that one day there was a
It
grader
doesn't
came
have to
and
be
cleared.
so
Yeah.
direct, so
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, I just portray it through taking care of the composition, the brandy, the beauty of the hues.
So some sort of conservation for you.
Yeah, for me the thing is domestic life, the life before city, like the life that is
Encroaches.
domestic,
Okay.
and preserve the countryside, man. It's the only place.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the grand theme. It says preserve the countryside. It's full of memories. Yeah, instead
And
of
then-
just imposing some city like.
And then the core theme.
Now the core theme is freedom is achieved. Yeah, freedom is the goal of life. Freedom, like from even freedom from freedom, maybe.
Yeah. Just to be free. I mean, like, because Katoto is such a he's so
to the
free.
extreme.
He's so like he's so carefree. The character is so. I mean, he's still serious, still an adult, but he's so the way his approach to life is so almost childlike.
Yes.
But for an adult, uninfluenced, unconditioned.
Yes.
That puts in mind another question that I don't know if it's going to be tricky to answer, but let's just give it a go and see how we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever been approached to politicize Katoto? If not to limit it to politicizing only, but let's say somebody wants Katoto to front their message as opposed to what you have put in Katoto.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So that's
like to use him as a mascot, because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
If you create a good enough brand, sooner or later somebody recognizes it and they're like, you know what, I like what you've done here. Let me piggyback off that.
I want to align with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole concept of branded content.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course,
I guess-
that's the only way Katoto Studio has grown to this level through branded content.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the brands that Katoto has featured in?
Or has
The-
represented.
Bank, Crane Bank, which collapsed and then Katoto fainted.
Katoto actually faints.
Did Katoto blame himself?
Go back to keeping your money under the bed.
For sure.
Crane Bank, BOU,
Okay.
Ministry of Health,
Okay.
NRM. Yeah, those are the 4 ones that Katoto has likes.
Does it feel like selling out? When you
Yeah, earlier on it felt like selling out.
have you changed your views since? And what has made you change the views?
No. So it didn't feel like selling out. The thing is, he is genuine all the time.
Yeah.
Katoto is genuine all the time. Even if he has decided to do something, he genuinely does it.
He's approaching it with the innocence.
Yes. So even if Katoto does something for
Whoever.
spider contractors,
Yeah.
he will
For Hydra.
Yeah, for Hydra, he will
Commit.
It's because Katoto has decided to do something for Hydra.
Okay, but speaking of working with different brands and everything, I suppose it's a good way. It's a good way of putting different messages across. So I don't know what work you did with the Ministry of Health, but because Katoto was already on our screens, we already loved Katoto. It's easy to pass a message down. Like during COVID, I don't know what Katoto was doing during COVID, but
I think he was not around.
I think he was in the countryside.
No, if you go to
enjoying the
YouTube, he
green.
did something.
He did something in COVID.
Yeah.
No, but it's a nice way of also changing the community, influencing the community through a character that they
That
already
they've already
know.
related
It's
to.
a good way of using it also for something good, even
Yeah.
especially with children, because they see
Especially with
Katoto
children.
and they want to do what Katoto is doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If Katoto says, "Okay, I'm going to bank my money," they want to bank. I want to wash my hands. They want to wash their hands as
Yeah,
well, because
yeah.
somebody they know,
Yeah.
a
He's
character, is doing it.
And so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, still on relatability, the voice of Katoto.
Because
The
you
voice-
laugh like him sometimes.
No. I laugh like
Sometimes
him.
you laugh like him. So it's like, okay, are you Katoto? Is it you?
No,
Is
it's
it you?
Katoto is voiced by a guy called Julius.
Okay.
January.
How did you arrive at Julius being?
The voice of Katoto.
Were there auditions?
Yeah, there were some auditions actually in the beginning
Okay.
by a guy called Peter and Peter Muchivi, and he produced several samples, and then we went to there was energy in Julius's voice. But even before that,
there was another guy. So they're being so far voiced by 3 people.
Okay.
Okay. He has been voiced by different people, and we just didn't notice we are.
Yeah.
Wow. So for
But
all
so
you
similar?
diehards out there, that's
And
you
but
know,
you see, that's
Katoto lore.
the beauty of animation. It's a timeless craft.
Yeah.
Like Mickey Mouse was first voiced by Walt Disney, and up to today, there's still Mickey Mouse. You know,
Yeah,
it's a timeless
Still,
craft.
yeah, even the Looney Tunes, they keep
going,
people die obviously, and you
but
know
Looney Tunes lives
the
on.
thing has to live on.
Okay, back to collaboration a little bit. If you had like an unlimited budget, what would be your dream animation? Would you channel it into Katoto, or would you create like, you know, a mini me? Just kidding. But you know.
Let me see. If I had unlimited, I have 2 stories I want to tell.
Yeah.
2?
Yeah, I have some. 2 stories actually. Indeed.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I had.
I would do it in one of them. So one of them is a Katoto one. Another one is an epic about a guy who becomes a king.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
I have some free time tomorrow. You can come. I tell it to you.
Do you have some like, you know, king fantasies that you want to let out?
No, I just want to tell a story that has everything in it.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, my rule of life, my religion is the religion of mastery,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the pathway to freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Okay. To wrap up, there is an issue of ownership, copyright,
Yeah.
idea, copy, like intellectual property and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you has that been an issue for you in Uganda specifically?
It was once an issue. The copyright is the issue. The issue being that, man, copyright lawyers are expensive.
That's true. That's true.
Copyright people, like for example, there's a guy on TikTok whom they showed me recently who has so many followers and is not of Katoto. But I've never really. It's not a big deal.
He does things with Katoto.
Yeah, he has a page that he started of Katoto, and he has so many followers.
Wow.
And he's grabbing your content.
Yeah, he
And
has,
he's making money off of it.
Yeah, definitely. And then there are T-shirts being made. But then that has not been my issue. I can address that easily in the future.
Yeah.
My issue right now is to set up. Okay, there are 3 things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the issue right now is, first of all, maximize the power of IP.
Yeah.
Before even chasing around small petty,
Yeah, like
Thieves.
Yeah.
the power of IP is like Katoto. We have not even scratched the surface. We have not even begun to even see Katoto's potential.
Yeah.
Because I was mainly me at the beginning. For the longest time, I was alone, and my friends who have worked on this project. It has been a small team, but the power of training people and them acquiring the craft of being able to animate Katoto at the highest level, it can unlock the power of IP. So the power of IP being merchandising, licensing, like you said earlier, educational content, theme parks, events. To do that, you can't just keep drawing Katoto. You have to first step back, build a
see
studio,
the big.
build a studio, train people, put the infrastructure in place. That's unlocking the power of IP. Then getting enough revenues to be able to get good IP lawyers.
Yeah. That's coming up though.
Because you need the team to defend what you're building.
Yes.
It's coming up though. They're creating like, you know, more
It has
laws
been
and-
coming up for a while.
but they're
now.
actively working towards it.
They're
I was attending
actively
an
working
event,
towards it.
and you know they're doing stuff in terms of content protection and this kind of thing. It's coming up. It's a thing.
But beyond protection, I think protection is, to me, one side of the story.
Yeah.
But there's the other side of what agreements shall we sign with artists?
yeah, no. In fact, it's all
What
incorporated
kind
in it. Yeah.
of like, you know, deals are artists?
So see, the thing is, like, now the deal. If I do a film for Disney, they own all the IP.
Exactly.
Can we come up with a deal that makes good sense? And that's why the French embassy has been very good in this regard.
Yeah.
For them, they truly want people to own
liberate,
IP. But if you do a deal like with Disney, for example,
It's going to be restrictive.
I've heard that they want to own the entire IP.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the thing is, like, these are conversations that need to be had, right?
because a
And
lot
they've
of people,
started, but they really need to be.
if like out of ignorance, a lot of people like could get taken advantage of. It has happened. It will keep happening.
It will keep happening.
If we keep, tiptoeing around.
But I have the key.
conversations.
Only I have the key.
Oh wow!
So
Only
should
I
we
have the-
expect something from you? Should we expect a solution from you?
Only I.
So we're looking
I
to
have the
you.
solution.
Okay.
I have an agreement.
When are you sharing it?
That is
When you give me shares in Art and About, I'll give you the deal.
Okay.
So
We
I have
our
the
people
key
drawing up the papers right
to the
now.
IP problem
Yeah.
in my position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should
So
watch
take it
you,
next
pay attention, follow you.
No, but I mean, like, if you have something.
You're dangling a
Okay.
carrot in front
The whole
of
thing
us.
is this.
Yeah.
You how do you work with an artist and you both walk away very happy?
Very happy. Mm.
The studio walks away happy. The artist walks away happy. The
So that is no
customer
bad
walks
blood.
the customer walks away happy. The audience walks away happy, and the merchandisers walk away happy. I have that deal in my position.
Okay.
All creators should talk to me.
Yeah. And now you have a studio.
Yeah, I have a
You've
studio.
always had a studio, but now Katoto
Is
has a studio.
Yeah, Katoto right now has
A
the
fully
most
fledged
advanced
studio.
the most advanced studio for original content in Africa.
Are you going to allow us to like walk through and take some shots so that people can appreciate what you're building here?
Yeah, I'll take you through small parts because
Yeah.
we haven't yet fully
Set
launched
up.
Yeah,
it.
just a sneak peek for
sneak peek.
anybody interested and for people to like,
Hey.
catch the fire because
Yeah.
we have caught the fire.
But you creators out there, I have the deal in my possession.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
You've got it. You've had it from the man himself.
Yeah, I feel
So,
like this is a very good note to.
Yeah.
You creators,
end
I want you guys.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why you see the Art and About. I've always been a founder and all that.
Yeah, we love it. Well, you've had it from the man himself.
Richard.
So, what more is there to say?
We will,
What more can
we
add?
will definitely be back because there is a lot more in store.
There's a lot more we're
A
cooking.
lot more we are cooking. So as you've had it from,
You can smell it.
yeah, you can.
The pot is already starting to boil.
Does Katoto have pages?
Yeah, so
Like
Katoto
social
has
pages?
a Facebook page. It has a Katoto has a Twitter page.
It has a
Katoto-
Twitter page.
Yeah, but once in a while it falls asleep like Katoto.
Katoto needs to come back, and Katoto needs to find me.
So we can
Yeah.
we can check out the pages, the Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
Is there Instagram?
Facebook, Twitter, but most
YouTube.
importantly, www. How many W did I say?
Free.
www.
Katoto.ug.
Wow. Even a
Katoto.ug.
page. Yeah, like do check it out.
Check it
Yeah,
out, check it out.
we are getting past the era of social media, guys. Let's go to the website.
I mean, if Richard says it, I feel like it's
Or
true.
even
it's
better,
the thing.
just come and we just have a cup of coffee on Monday
Come
morning.
to Ntinda. Come to the Katoto Studios in Ntinda.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Look at this beautiful place. Come and we have a cup of coffee.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you too.
Saula.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Art and About UG.
If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, share, and tune in next time as we continue to explore the fascinating world of art in all its forms.
Until next time, come for the art.
Stay for the story.
Bye.
Kare, gangar jayo. Entonces cuánto que llevan, ¿ok?